Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching Riverdale, Season 6, Episode 11.
Chapter 106, Angels in America.
I don't have a lot to say about this one. We'll see what happens when we start talking, but I'm kind of in a 10 out of 10 place.
I liked it way more than I thought I was going to. And if I'm being honest, I think they handled all of the stuff in the past, especially the Martin Luther King Jr. thing, with so much thought. I was almost crying.
It was just a doe-eyed sincerity.
It was lovely.
That's what I was going to say, because we were so nervous. We were like, this can be really loaded material for Riverdale.
Okay, so
be covering in season 6.
The only thing I'll say is I really think that whoever wrote this episode, or someone that was on the writing staff in this episode, learned the term Sundown Town the week they wrote this episode, because I don't think that's how it works.
It had like an A-level middle school report quality.
There's like one episode of Schitt's Creek where like Johnny keeps saying the word rollout, and David finally is like, "Who taught you the word rollout?" And Alexis is like, "My bad, it was me."
No, it didn't even dawn on me. I was afraid they were going to be so preoccupied on making the point, making the statement, and this was Riverdale's sort of attempt at sort of reframing, recapturing the narrative, because they were called into question, rightfully so, by their treatment of certain topics.
Josie and the Pussycats, for sure. Like, especially.
And I didn't even consider that, like I said, that they would just, like, sometimes the, like, most direct way is just straight through.
Yeah.
Like, and it reminds me weirdly of, like, when people were talking about, like, the Aquaman movie, and it was like, how are they even gonna, like, talk? Is there gonna be, like, water bubbles and stuff? And he's like, they're just gonna talk. You're overthinking it. James
Wan is my hero for that.
They're just gonna move their mouths and people are gonna hear.
They're simply going to. It'll be fine.
And I really love that. It was a really very great and thoughtful performance from Erin Westbrook.
Yeah.
She was not overplaying it.
No.
Which I think a lot of people, actors, directors, writers, would really want to go for the gusto.
Yeah.
And it had this like Miracle on 34th Street quality.
She's also like not falling to her knees, like screaming to the heavens when Martin Luther King gets shot. And so
we got the bus boy or whatever. So we got that.
That was Pop.
That was Pop, right. So we got that element of it.
Yeah.
But she was able to, I don't know, I'm kind of, especially now that I get that we are, it's not that I didn't think we weren't doing Supernatural. I got it when they had superpowers, but it was like the show was still trying to convince us that was just something normal that happened.
Right. I love that we've introduced angels now. We've got legit time travel.
I did forget that Pops was like sanctified by Raphael, and I forgot how hot he was.
He was hot.
That was last season, or was that Riverdale? I think it was last season.
I think it was like the finale of.
I don't remember. That's not the point
either. Yeah.
But so that is maybe why Percival can't affect.
I'm thinking,
Tabitha?
yes, we got a comment to that effect, and I think that person is correct. Because I had remembered it was sanctified, but like not in the moment of whatever we were talking about last week, and so now I do think that that's accurate. Which also interesting.
No, but it's what I started to say when we were talking about Erin didn't like really overplay it. It was like she really had a grasp on Tabitha's overall story, because it's like, it's really easy to grab onto Martin Luther King just died. Got it. I can do this. I think it's a little harder to be like, well, this is your second stop on a time traveling opus. That is like, and so I was really kind of impressed, almost marveled. It was refreshing. It was because like we mentioned, Tabitha's a new character.
Yeah.
And
she's great.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I had totally forgotten that last season was her first season, because she fits in so seamlessly. And I also blessedly thank the gods, although it might go out the window next week, but like all 5 of them are like hanging out at the end of this episode. Betty, Archie, Jughead, I guess Veronica's not
I was going to say,
but...
we've weirdly sidelined Veronica in a way that I'm curious what this is building to, and do we know how many the episode order?
I have no clue. I can never find anything reasonable. We're likely to have another hiatus in a week or two, but I don't know.
Because I'm going to go ahead and assume this is the midway point.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that if we didn't have pandemic stuff, that this would have been the Christmas episode, because this is episode 11, so it's halfway. They tend to do that, and it would have been
a really good Christmas episode.
It would have been a great Christmas episode, and I just sort of you have a theory that I think is pretty spot on, that the theme of this season is like Stephen King.
It's 100% Stephen King.
Because there's been this is like the fourth. Is there any time travel stuff in Stephen King? Are we gonna get an It episode?
Oh God,
where they're like fears?
Well,
that
next
would be
week
fun.
Is for sure The Mist. We've gotten Firestarter. Percival is absolutely running Needful Things, which I've mentioned in previous episodes, except for it's just called Curious Items, which is so lame.
I would have gone with like wanton liabilities or something. like really just sort of put some mustard on it.
Well, it's like I don't know. There's something so evocative about needful things, because like they mention it, even like he addresses it within the book, where someone is like, what does that even mean, needful things? And I don't remember exactly how he explains it, but he's just sort of, it's not necessarily things you need.
Well, my mom calls...
It's like a deep desire.
My mom calls the pets that when they're badgering her.
Needful things?
She says, you're like a wicked needful thing.
Well, and it's like they went so far as to like have the boy who puts the white supremacist logo on Pops have a baseball card. And like that is a humongous plot point in Needful Things. And so like...
And again, I think that one of the themes of Riverdale has always been this like bygone Americana, like this American Gothic thing. And I think Stephen King actually fits in pretty seamlessly into that.
Some of it does, like, especially all of the stuff that takes place in, I think it's Derry in Maine. Mm-hmm. All the stuff that takes place in Maine feels really like that, because the town it might be Derry, I don't remember, but the town in Needful Things is very like that. They're also in, I think, Fredericksburg, Virginia. There is an antique shop called Needful Things, and I refuse to go inside.
Oh, it would be a bucket list.
No.
I do kind of love, I don't know why I love it when Riverdale's doing it. I think, okay, so we're flirting with what I refer to as Christian mythology. Yeah. And I'm loving it from Riverdale in a way that like it gave me legitimate anxiety when we were getting it from Once Upon a Time.
Sure.
I don't know if it's the Disney of it all, but like the like spear of Longinus was in, which I guess Tabitha just torched.
No, maybe she did torch it. She saved the Holy Grail only to then totally blasphemously drink a milkshake out of it.
Strawberry milkshake.
What the fuck?
Not even vanilla or chocolate. Like, just like you're not even religious. You were like, huh? But then that wasn't even it. So I don't know if she just chucked it out the back.
Yeah, she just was like, this isn't even my totem, so whatever.
But and then the angel, as per usual, I think Betty did the best job. Yeah. She had sort of like, it wasn't even like a condescension, but just sort of a knowing, like, we're all better than this, but we'll play along.
Fine.
Cole Sprouse, I love making fun of him. It's so funny to me. It's so
Cole Sprouse or Jughead?
More so Jughead, although I think the line is thinner. I think than
okay, here is my thing is I think Cole Sprouse knows exactly what he's doing. Not necessarily acting wise, but like I think like
so he knows exactly what he's doing
life wise.
So he knows exactly what he's doing. Lily knows exactly what she's doing and is also good at it.
Yeah. No shade on Cole Sprouse. I just like
teeny tiny bit of shade.
I watched that dumb movie.
Did you? Was it good? Moon?
Not that one.
Oh, the
other one that he did with Haley Lou Richardson, where they both have like a really contagious disease and it's 5 feet apart. That one.
Sure.
He's not bad. I think he's just I think he's on Riverdale for a paycheck and he doesn't care. And so I think that's part of it.
I don't know. Him giving the now obligatory angel speech.
If you saw my real form in all its glory, you'd lose your mind and go insane.
Because it used to be one of my favorite. I mean, I still do love it. It used to be one of my favorite little tidbits that angels are actually like terrifying if you read the biblical accounts of them. But it's gotten a little mainstream to the point where I don't find it quite as fun.
Well, that's the thing. For a long time, like, that was, like, something you pulled out at parties where you were like, actually, angels are terrifying and they'll melt your brain if
it's
you
also
look at
just
them.
weird. Like, it's real weird.
Yeah.
And what also I love that, like, he was very adamant that he's not allowed to interfere, but he was like, just this once.
Yeah, right.
And then, like, whipped it out. Like,
and melted Kevin and Percival's brains.
Casey Cott's still pulling the short stick. He really.
It is my villain origin story. I swear to God, I'm furious. I don't know what they're doing. This is the whole thing with Percival and Kevin is like such a swing.
I was waiting. Okay, the first scene, when Kevin like came into his office, I was like, they need to like kiss or something. It'll completely win me over.
Then I'll be fine.
If he's just like seduced by the devil, because that's the thing, correct? Percival's the devil. That's what we're dealing with.
He's something, yeah.
Okay.
But that's the thing that's making me so angry is that like the two of their characters. I mean, Kevin, because he's been brainwashed, obviously, but like Percival is so comically evil, and he's like now his big deal is he's trying to bring a railroad through town, and the only possible place it can go is smack on top of Pops.
And nobody wants food, historical landmarks where you can get banging food 24 hours a day at your train stop.
It's so ridiculous. Well,
and also because Veronica very conspicuously in the beginning was like, well, I mean, our little pop-up shop is doing great. And you and me were like, I mean, that's how this kind of works.
So that's the thing, though, is like, in my opinion, if she takes the payout from Percival and then tries to open Pops again, there's going to immediately be zoning issues where like, no, we don't need anything like that. There's no space for that.
We also like invoked the state government for the first time.
Yeah.
Because we've been dealing with a lot of town government, local, but.
And also, this is the only restaurant in town. So is all I'm saying.
They will starve if Pops closes. There is no food.
You think Veronica knows how to cook?
You were also really, really rattled by the vote for the Sundown town.
Okay.
I don't think I thought it was more of like a colloquialism. I thought
so too. So here's the thing. I will admit to having a public school U.S. history education, so limited, especially where racial issues are concerned. But I don't think towns well north of the Mason-Dixon line voted on whether or not to become a sundown town. It's just like such...
If we are wrong, please do not hesitate to correct us.
Like flagrantly incendiary language coming out of Percival's mouth. Of course, it's the 40s, but again, so far above the Mason-Dixon line so as to be so close to Canada.
Spitting distance of Canada.
To Montreal. That I'm just sort of like, I don't think that you could so blatantly call a vote for something like that at your town.
Again, though, the staggering implications aside, that's my favorite type of Riverdale.
Sure, of course.
Is pulling that kind of like...
Of course. Because also, I mean, obviously, Percival is sort of like enchanting history or whatever, but it was like...
So are we to take that stuff... Were we to take that literally, that she was...
I think she was fixing it.
That she was traveling back.
Yeah.
That this will have been Percival's third attempt.
Yeah. Well, either that or I think maybe present day Percival is going back to try to like fix it at different points because Tabitha can't be mind controlled.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm not going to count on getting confirmation.
No, I'm not
for
counting on
that.
getting confirmation. But I also think it's so bizarre that like, I think it has to be something like that because otherwise it's such a weird coincidence that would never happen that on the dawn of Pops getting in the Green Book, Riverdale would become a sundown town.
Okay.
Like that feels so suspiciously convenient, you know?
Okay, I don't want to talk about it anymore. So did we finish what we were saying? Do we have any thoughts on Veronica?
I mean, she basically, because so after...
I don't know that I want her to suddenly have a power.
No, she was nowhere near close enough.
I mean, with Cheryl.
To like...
Although that could have
well,
been... That's been bubbling under for
whatever. But
centuries, apparently.
I don't know. I think it was interesting because Tabitha ended up going around to everybody and was like, can you help me with this? And like... Archie and Betty both were like, stay away from him. Like, I can't fight him. He's gonna get in your head. But they didn't like, because Tabitha only found out about everybody else's powers.
No, but that's what I was gonna say. That didn't check for me either because she just found out about Jughead
for the third time,
the second time. But also, it's like with what a doofus he is, I cannot believe that's the first time he slipped up. But she like didn't bat an eye.
She's pulling 20-hour days at Pops. She's the only employee.
And then she's got the like hoop-de-doo review downstairs. No, because she didn't bat an eye.
I forgot about the like showgirl. This is why I love this show. It's so funny.
She didn't bat an eye at Archie being like, somehow he found my weakness. But I can agree. I can believe that Archie might just speak that way. And then she's sitting in Cheryl's mansion.
That is freezing.
That is cooled to 32 degrees. But also, I can sort of believe Cheryl would just do that. So maybe it wasn't quite as.
Yeah.
But then Jughead overhears her talk about not having a support and then says, well, I'll support you. And she's like, wait a minute. There's no way you could have known that's what I was thinking in this moment. As if that wasn't the theme of the entire conversation we were having.
Whatever. She's on the same page as everybody now, so it's whatever. But like, to get back to Veronica, because she goes to see everybody, and when she sees Veronica, when she makes the thing about the like pop-up Pops shop, she's like, I'll do whatever I can, but also like, you're doing amazing. Just take the payout. And I'm sort of like, Veronica, what is the end game here? And then somehow Pops has to close, but the white worm will be fine.
Yeah, I love that.
So you're just gonna keep the linoleum floor and put the train tracks on top, and the white worm will just be fine.
There's gonna be a trap door. Tony with a straight face was like, I mean, I wish I could help, but no, man. I weirdly enjoyed this in a way that, well, no, I mean, it's still Riverdale. And again, it's season 6 of Riverdale. Let's be honest. This is what we're dealing with. But I'm just sort of kind of loving this like go for broke thing they're doing. And I'm just as fine to like.
It feels more like what was the last season that we like hard loved was like 2 or 3 where they were doing like gonzo shit.
We were liking 4 I think is when Luke Perry died. 5 was Panda. So maybe 3.
4, okay.
3 is when he's attacked by the bear.
Okay, so then that's like this is like classic season 3 Riverdale shit.
Between during a commercial break. That's one of my favorite. I should pull our audio. We've covered the whole show. We need to like, I need to put out season 2.
Yeah.
I need to edit and put it out. But I do love that in season 3 of Riverdale, Archie's like, oh no, a bear. And then we come back from commercial break and he's like, phew, got away from the bear.
It's amazing.
It was great. No, it was
so amazing.
So yeah, I can't really decide.
Well, like we said, next week looks like The Mist. Mm-hmm. So there's a fog rolling.
I hope it can cash that check because I have my hopes have shot up a bit. And especially with the promise of Cheryl being more in
the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also have many and varied feelings about The Mist as a property, so I'm excited.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I really I've never read the book, but I know that it's different from how the movie winds up, and I am interested. I just am interested.
So.
Like, aren't you just gonna kill everyone?
That would be the most amazing series finale.
I would absolutely shit myself.
Archie just mercy kills the entire town of Riverdale.
The only way to make Riverdale right again.
And then screams to the heavens. And then Riverdale.
That's all I want now. Oh boy.
Let us know what you think. Like and subscribe and give us attention and money and lavish us with praise. And we'll be back next week.
Bye.